Hey guys, so as you can tell by the title, we're doing a Q&A. Get ready with me. I'm going to achieve this flawless makeup look, and I'm going to be answering some questions with you guys. The questions that you guys asked on Instagram. So we're going to just get straight into it. We're not going to waste any time. So let's go. It's Vlogmas day 10. I know what you guys are thinking. Where have you been? But honestly, life was just lifing, and I know that's like so cliche, but I just feel like it was just a lot going on. Like when I tried to edit, Saturday. My son was just going through a lot. I didn't even try Sunday because that was my first day, like full day back, and I had solo parent for a whole week straight. So I thought I wasn't tired because I really, wasn't stressed. I don't really be stressed with solo parenting because I feel like, long story short, I've been doing it for a long time with him being in the season. And then when I first gave birth, he wasn't there the first 2.5 months because he was still playing ball in Philly. So, and I didn't want to like up and leave and move there. He wasn't going to be there, in a couple months. And I was like, I'm not going to move. Like we had just moved into this new house. And yeah, so I'm kind of like used to it. I've always been independent. I do love a man taking care of me, but I've always been independent my whole life. And although I was spoiled growing up and things like that, and things were kind of like handed to me, I still went and got it myself. So but yeah, so now we're back. Long story short, I asked you guys on Instagram. I put up a little tab for you guys to ask questions, which I kind of messed up because I only had screenshotted like the first hour when you guys was asking questions. I was like, oh, these are good ones. And I was on Instagram at the time, so I screenshot it. But normally I wait until like 23 hours, or I try to wait the next day if I don't forget, and screenshot the questions just so I can wait for all you guys to ask, like, the whole 24 hours. But I screenshot the first hour and there were like a couple questions, and I was like, I'll just get back online later because I don't really be on Instagram like that. I go up there, post what I gotta do, but it's really rare for me to be like just on Instagram. I'm mainly on TikTok. So, and this is so weird because I look at myself but the camera is right here, and it's so weird because I never look at the camera. I always look at the reflection. So maybe I need to get a camera where I can put I don't know, maybe it's weird, but I promise I'm looking at the camera. I'm just looking at the reflection of me and not the actual circle. But anyways, so yeah, I basically waited till the next day, forgot all about the question thing, the Q&A. When I went back up there, I couldn't see it, like it was gone off my story. So you know how sometimes you go into your notification when you get likes and stuff on your pictures, it normally will be there for at least, a few more hours or so, or at least until you get new notifications. But somebody, like, it was like 2 people, they spammed my page and they liked all my pictures. So it made everything go down. And then when I scrolled and I went to the very bottom, it still was like from the spams that they liked every last picture on my page. And it basically like removed all the questions you guys asked. So I tried to like go into my settings. I'm not really familiar with how to work not TikTok, Instagram. So and I think I'm gonna leave this off so you guys can see my makeup a little better. But yeah, so yeah, I don't know. I'm like, I'm gonna just do the questions I have, and then I was gonna do another question thing, but I didn't want you guys to ask the same questions, and then I have to go through and see which one is not the same. It was just like not worth it. So I do have a couple questions you guys asked. I don't know if I'm gonna be going through like all the steps, everything. I'm trying to like keep it short and sweet what I'm using, but I don't want to spend too much time on the actual products because I want to answer the questions. And also too, my son is probably gonna be waking up soon. I also have to cook, and I have to film another Vlogmas tonight since I'm behind. So I kind of want to like pre-record some things so I don't be like stressing myself out these next few days, but yeah, so first question is, and before we get started, I am using the Anastasia or Anastasia, however you guys pronounce it. I say Anastasia brow pencil, and it is basically the brow definer. I love this better than the dip brow stuff. I don't know, dip brow kind of like just make it too clumpy, and it takes too long. But this is in the shade Auburn because of my hair color. You can't really see it, but it's literally like chocolate brown, and this is like perfect. It turns kind of like reddish too. I don't know if I want to get it touched up or not, but okay. I keep looking at the camera because I hope Nola don't wake up. And my voice is still kind of gone from me being sick, so bear with me. The first question says, was it hard to make a transition from college student to a full-time mom? And I don't know if you guys know, but I went to Winston-Salem in 2017. That's when I graduated from high school. I went straight to college. I've always been a school girly, love school. Like, I always been smart, on the dean's list, A, honor roll. It was like to the point where I didn't even like when I got a B. I had to have an A. I was kind of like the teacher's pet, sat in front of the class. Like, if I need help with something, I'm staying after, or I'm getting a tutor. I just always been a school girly and serious about my education because I've always wanted to be something. So 2017, I went to Winston-Salem, and after that, I stayed there until my sophomore year. Later in my sophomore year, I kind of was like doing a lot of traveling. I was in a relationship at the time, and once people started to find out who I was with at the time, they started to, like, I don't know, I feel like it started to be weird. I didn't trust people, and especially like the apartment I was staying in, I had a roommate, and the roommate was actually in the room. I didn't have any lock on my closet, and I was getting like really expensive stuff at the time. And then the roommate I had, she was so weird. I hate to say it, but like, she would just do stuff, like have people on my bed, and like I would come in and catch people in my chair, like had ate my snacks. So it was time for me to leave, and the best decision for me was to move in with my dad at the time, because I wasn't staying with the person yet. I was just traveling to go see them. So I moved in with my dad, and he stays in Raleigh, North Carolina. And the school that was closest to there was a college called North Carolina Central University. And I ended up going there, finishing my sophomore year out. I ended up finding a cool advisor, and she kind of knew what was going on. She seen the media and stuff, so she kind of made it where my classes was online. And even if it wasn't an online class, they gave me the privilege to take my classes online, so I didn't have to be around people and experience like any crazy things, or like people just trying to probably steal my things or stuff like that. So I did that. Eventually I moved to New Orleans, and I finished school like online, and then I came back home when I got done with that relationship, and sadly it didn't work out. So it didn't work out. I came back home, moved back in with my dad, and I finished college. Literally, I got my first apartment by myself, and I graduated that same month I moved in. So that was kind of like a gift to myself, because I always wanted to move into a high-rise apartment, like alone, because I stayed in one before, but you know, I just wanted to be alone by myself, live by myself. And yeah, so I graduated with a political science degree. If you don't know what that is, that's like with law. So I want to be I still do. I want to be a criminal lawyer, and I want to be a prosecutor. And I know that's probably like, you want to put people away, but like, I just don't want that on my conscience. Like, you know, just defending like somebody that has murdered someone, or defending like somebody that has raped someone. Like, I know sometimes the system can be really tricky, and like giving people like more time than they deserve, but I just don't want to defend that. I don't think it's nothing wrong with being a defense attorney, but that's just something that I don't want to do. And my son is waking up, so hopefully he played his room for a little bit. So that's kind of how it was. And to answer the question fully, was it hard? I would say it wasn't hard for me, because the year I got pregnant, I was gonna go back to school, because I graduated December 2021. I was gonna graduate that May, but I ended up picking up another class, and I ended up just graduating the same year, but later on that second part, because you know how you can graduate with the first class, or you can graduate with the second class, which is in December. So I graduated with them. I went to the graduation and everything. We celebrated, sorry, I keep saying because I'm trying to focus. But yeah, so I end up graduating, and I was like, you know what, should I take a year off? Like, I just was back and forth with everything. I was asking everyone around me, like, you know, do you guys take a year off after you graduate college, or do you go back for a second degree? I just didn't know what I wanted to do. I was just like, okay, like I've been in school for so long, like should I just take a break and then just be an intern, work at, you know, a law firm? Obviously I can't be a lawyer, but I could have just, and I'm gonna zoom in so you guys can see the makeup. And I have a big zit right here, if you guys can see. I had one right here and it went down, and then I had a mini one right here and it went down. And why this one didn't go down, I think it's because I took too long to put the patch on, but it's okay. So long story short, I end up deciding to just take a year off, because I was like, you know what, I'll just take a year off. But then once like the beginning of the year started, and I was like I'm like, you know what, I could just start the second semester. Like, you know how it'll be like January and then the second part August. So it's like, you know what, I could just apply then. Like I can apply in the summer, or I could take summer classes. Like that was like kind of my vibe, or what I was gonna do. I was like, so then that way, since I've already did 4 years, I could do another 2 years. I think it's 2 years. I was like, I could do another 2 years, and then I could just go like finish with law school and then go into being a lawyer. Because you can't be a lawyer without going to law school. So I knew like, okay, I'm done with college, but I have to go to law school. And if you don't know, like, I have a really good law program, and that's why I was so glad that I kind of like end up moving there anyway. It worked out. But yeah, so that was kind of like the vibe and everything I was going for. Then I end up getting pregnant, and I was like, okay, I already have 1 degree. Like I can go back and obviously get my master's, but I was like, okay, it's not like I didn't finish school. Like it's nothing wrong with like taking a step back and just waiting. And I was gonna still do school while I was pregnant. Oh y'all, I was supposed to put this on so bad. I wanted to show you guys my new thing I just got yesterday, and I wanted to put it on so I don't get my hair in the front. Okay, I'm trying to see if it'll stay. I kind of wanted it like this so it don't be on my hair, because sometimes I get makeup in my hair, but I don't know if this is gonna work. We'll see. So where I was at, but yeah, I basically, so I don't think it was like a hard transition for me. I was gonna still, oh, I was supposed to put concealer right here, sorry y'all. And the concealer I'm using is the Hourglass. I have 2 that I mix, and it's the Sienna and the Beach. So I'm just gonna go in and put the concealer on these little spots that's like blemish, and then I'm gonna blend it in. And this just so it can be a little lighter and not red and stuff when I put the foundation on. And it also to kind of cover it up a little more and give me more of a full coverage, instead of it like sticking out, like, you know, you can actually see it. It kind of helps blend it in with the makeup, if that makes sense. But yeah, so I was still gonna do it, but after talking to someone that was already a lawyer, they were just like, no, you need to be focused. I also have a cousin that's in that field. He's way older, and he was just telling me like, no, you need to be focused. Like, you know, you need to like be able to be in law school and not focus on like a baby or anything, or pregnancy, because it can be stressful. And they just didn't want that on me like while I was pregnant, you know, because it was my first pregnancy. I was just like, you know what, okay. So I took that into consideration. I ended up just not and by the way, y'all, I got these brushes from Sephora. They just say Sephora, and yeah, I love these brushes. I got it on sale. It's like a set, but these brushes are the best brushes I've ever used. But and by the way, sorry, this is hard to like say everything and answer questions, but yeah, I'm using this foundation. It's called Forever Skin Glow Diora, and it's in the shade, let's see, is it a shade 3.5N? And I love this foundation. Like I also love like skin tint stuff, but I love foundation when I'm trying to go for like a full coverage. So yes, so, and I also like using a brush too more than a sponge for this, because it's kind of like you're painting it on. I kind of like press it in first, and then I kind of go in like this. But yeah, so fast forward to, I ended up just not doing it, and I took some time off, and I was like, you know what, I'll do it after the baby. But then my man was just like, no, he want me to focus on our son and, you know, pouring into him and staying at home while he take care of his business and stuff. So that's what I did. And now my son is about to be 2 in 2 weeks, which is so crazy because I can't believe I've been a mom for 2 weeks. But I mean, not 2 weeks, 2 years. So yeah, he's about to be 2, and I wanted to start back this year, but I knew like, okay, we're not gonna be here next year, so I wanted to start school or start law school whenever I know, like, okay, wherever we're going or wherever we're moving to, I can start school then, because, you know, then that way it could be like I actually in like somewhere steady where I can focus. I didn't want to start like, you know, August and then we're gonna be gone, you know, and literally the summertime. I wanted it to be somewhere where, okay, I can start and then I know like, okay, we're gonna be here for a little while, or even if we have to move like a year after, if he plays overseas basketball, it's cool. I'm like, I'll just be able to yeah, like I'll still just want to do it. But then we end up talking about having more kids, because at first we really did not want another one because our son is just a lot. But we talked about potentially having another baby, and I honestly just always wanted to get my kids out close in age if I were to have multiple kids, just because I didn't want to wait and have one in kindergarten and then another one like as a newborn, or one like 7 and then another one, you know. That's just what I prefer. So we end up talking about it or whatever, and that's just something that we're gonna plan. We want to make sure we plan everything out this time and time it up with where we're going, and like, you know, obviously the 9 months, make sure it's not too much on us. So that's like in the plan. So I was like, you know what, maybe I should wait until after the second baby, and then that way after the second baby I feel like it's gonna be more of a breeze for me, and I can just like fly through everything, and like, you know, not fly through everything, but I feel like it won't be as much of a challenge, because it's like, okay, I did this before, you know. And a lot of things that I did before I might want to do different the second time. So after that I feel like I will be able to start school, you know, because it'll be a lot easier. I kind of know what's gonna happen, the stages and stuff. It's not like a first time again experience. So yeah, I would say like it wasn't really, to answer the question, I would say it wasn't really like a hard transition, because I was already done with college. I had already graduated, and I didn't get pregnant until like 3 or 4 months after I graduated college. So, and I still have the pictures on my page as well. So yeah, I mean, it really wasn't like a difference, I guess, because I already, now if I was still in school, it would have been like a hard transition. But yeah, I got my degree and I got up on out of there, and yeah, I am a well-educated, and I want to go back and get another degree, and I want to become a lawyer. So, and I think my son is on his way to my room. I'm kind of behind anyway, because I'm supposed to be starting to cook soon. It's 3:40. So I'm not gonna speed through this, but I'm also not gonna spend too much time like I just did on a question. So second question is, what does a self-care day look like for you? So a self-care day look like for me is obviously not having my baby, because obviously it's a self-care day, so it's about me and pouring into myself. And I feel like what has helped me a lot, like in the beginning of postpartum when I had first had my baby and we were staying in Texas, my man used to plan spa dates for me like at nighttime, and he would handle the night routine because he would be so busy throughout the day. And then he would like do it sometimes on his off day, and that kind of like helped me too. We also had a nanny too, so that kind of like just helped me pour into myself so I can still be a great mom, and you know, we can get overwhelmed and be overstimulated. So I feel like having that time to myself at the spa, sitting in the lounge area reading a book, like out to eat by myself, even if I'm eating in the car alone, without having to like feed my baby, because you know, he was smaller at the time. Now I don't have to feed him, but still, you know. So I feel like a self-care day look like for me is waking up in the morning, not doing the morning routine, seeing my family, taking a shower, and then going on about my day, doing whatever I want to do for myself, and then coming back home to my family. Because I feel like after I get my little 2-3 hours to myself, even like, matter of fact, even a self-care day is me going to get my hair done. Like, even though I hate the process of a Dominican blowout because I feel like it takes so long, I love like how it is after. Like, I feel so pretty. Like, even though I know I'm pretty naturally, I just feel like, oh, like I'm a changed person. Because, you know, especially when you're a mom and you have your bun in all the time, or your hair not done, or you don't have time to do your hair how you want, like, just to have that, I feel like that's self-care for me. I will say nails, but I honestly hate being in a nail salon. I hate getting my nails done. Hi, Papa. How was your nap? We have a special guest now. But yeah, like, I just feel like a self-care day for me, like, I just like spending time with myself and just getting, even if sometimes where I just tell my man, like, you know what, I'm just getting out the house today and I'm just gonna go to Target. I'm just gonna go, even if I don't even want to spend any money, I'm just gonna go and get food and sit in the car. Or I'm just gonna go down the street and just sit, like, you know, just to like breathe and be able to sit in silence. Because I feel like when I'm a mom, like in mommy mode, I take my role very seriously. So I like to teach my baby. I like to be there. I like to be present. I don't really like to be on my phone unless like I'm trying to do the content at the same time. But even then, sometimes I don't even do the content because it's like, I don't want to pick up my phone today. I want to be more present. So I try to do like a lot of things with my son, and I think that's why he's so attached, because I do so much with him and our bond is just so strong that when I'm a mom, like, I'm in mommy mode. I don't try to focus on anything else. That's why I try to do like these YouTube videos when he's sleeping for his nap, which I'm a little behind now, but he's sleeping, or when his dad is here in the living room with him, or if he's out, you know, just because I like to be present, like I said. And also too, another self-care day for me is to be doing my content, like how I'm doing my makeup, just getting pretty and having time to myself. And just while my baby is sleeping, even if I'm taking a nap, that's like literally a self-care day for me. So it look a little different now that I'm a mom, which I'm not mad at it at all, because I've done so much at a young age, party, strip clubs, like all types of stuff, that I'm okay where I'm at, you know. And I'm okay with my self-care days looking a little different because I'm overwhelmed from, you know, being a mom. And I wouldn't even say like overwhelmed where it's like, oh, I don't want to be a mom. It's just like, okay, I'm with my baby all day, let me just go out and get a breather, because he's so clingy to me. And I don't even like to use the word clingy because I just feel like I just love him properly, and that's why he's so attached. But yeah, like, it's just like he likes to sit in the bathroom with me, so I don't get that time throughout the day, so it feels good to do it, like, you know, without him. And Papa, leave it alone. Sorry guys, I had to get him together. So I'm almost done with my makeup too. Next question says, do you have any fashion tips for when it comes to styling and putting together fits? I don't really consider myself a fashion girly because I feel like, I don't know, like, I feel like I just honestly put on stuff that's like, I don't know, I feel like, I don't know, what do you guys think a fashion girly really is? That's a question for you guys to comment, because I feel like fashion is just like a different, this generation, I just feel like these days, in today's time, people think anything is fashion, and I could go on and on about fashion. So yeah, I would just say when it comes to like me just styling my fits anyway, I don't spend too much time on putting my fits together, and it might be because I have so many things to choose from, like so many options. So I kind of like just, you know, especially when you have a lot of shoes, you can kind of like just match it with anything that you have. But I always start with like my vision. Like, I'm like, okay, it's cold, I want to be cozy, I know I want to do a fur jacket, let's like put something together. Or if it's like some shoes that I just got and I know I desperately want to wear these shoes, then I'm gonna be like, okay, let me find something that I know is gonna go with these shoes, if that makes sense. But what makes the fit, in my opinion, and like everybody could be different, Hopefully my camera don't cut off because they always do this when I have my ring light, so bear with me. It might cut off and I might have to let it cool off for a little bit. But I feel like accessories, like jewelry, I feel like that makes the fit, because you can have on a nice fit and you can think it's this and that, but like I feel like if you don't have any accessories, then it's not gonna bring the fit like you would think, because then it's just gonna be like basic, or it's gonna be just too calm and plain, you know, and like dead, in my opinion. Because you can put on like a simple tank like this, but if you like layer up with like some gold jewelry, or if you put on some cute hoops and like slick your hair back in like a slick little sleek bun, I feel like it'll look way better than just me just wearing this with no rings or anything, you know. So hopefully that makes sense. And I would just say, when it comes to fashion too, you do what complements your body. So I know sometimes people like clingy stuff, like clinging to their body, and sometimes it don't look right if, you know, you're knowing you're supposed to uppersize or something, if that makes sense. No offense, but I just feel like you got to do what complements your body. That's with just like anything. Like with hair, I feel like sometimes you can get a color and it don't look good on you, but someone else get it and it looks good on them because it's their color. So also too, color blocking could be, I know some people think that's trendy, color blocking, but I don't really like color blocking, because I just feel like that don't look right to me. It just depends on the fit. Like sometimes you can get away with it, but majority of the time I just feel like don't color block. And then also too, I don't like matchy. I don't like if you have on a blue shirt, black pants, and then you're gonna put on blue and black shoes. Like I feel like I don't like that. I just never been the type to like, I don't like that. Like, you know, it just gives uniform. So that's something that I don't like. And by the way, this is the blush that I'm using, the Kylie, and it is in the shade Baddie on the Block. And I love this. I've been using it for a long time now. And I feel like it's still a lot there, you know, and I love the little mirror. And I would say this, you need this. This is the Hourglass concealer brush. And when I say I have never blended my concealer better than this, like since I've got this brush, my concealer has like, have not creased, have blended, have did everything that I needed it to do. And I'm like, wow, all I needed was a brush. Which I knew, like, you know, sometimes when I used to get my makeup done, people use brushes and then some people use the sponge. But I know when they say like wet the sponge and stuff, that could be better too, but no. Something about this Hourglass concealer brush, I'm sorry. And I've been using the One Size powder. I still have this one that I use, which is still good too, but I also like using the One Size. The One Size just been setting my face different these days. But yeah, so that's what I would say about fashion. Please let me know in the comments if that makes sense to you. And then maybe I could do like another vlog where I'm actually putting fits together and I can kind of like, you know, help you guys style something. I also can like show like different brands, like cheaper brands, and like, you know, mix in the highs and the lows, because I feel like you don't have to have expensive pieces on to be a fashion girly, okay? Like you can literally mix Amazon with Zara, with Gucci, with Louis. It don't have to be that. Anybody that said that, then I just feel like they just can't dress, because you don't have to have high brands on to put that on. Oh, that rhymed. Okay, next question is, what's your favorite part about being a stay-at-home mom? It's a two-part question, so I'm gonna just answer that one first. And I would say my favorite part about being a stay-at-home mom is being able to not miss any moments with my baby, like whether it's he's learning a new word or he's learning how to, like how it was when he was younger, he learned how to walk and I was there. He learned how to say mama, I was there, dad. Just watching the things that he loved and watching our connection and our bond just build day by day. I used to want to be a teacher growing up. I grew up with helping my grandma in her daycare, so I've just always been like hands-on with kids. I used to help when I was in high school and in middle school. Not middle school, high school and elementary. I started at a very young age in elementary. I used to just help with like just the Special Olympics, the kids with special needs. I just always wanted to volunteer and help. So I've always been the type to help with kids, with my nieces, nephews and stuff. So just having my own, it's just like the same thing. Even with my baby brother, I did majority of everything with him. growing up because our parents worked. So I would just say, like, just not missing any moments and just being able to just be present. That's so important to me, just being present. Because it's like you can have a parent and you can live with a parent, but like if they're not present, the child will feel it. The child will feel it, whether you think they're young and just won't remember, but a child will start to feel it when they're older. And I just always want him to know that, you know, his dad would have been here if he could. He's just working all the time, which he loves his dad down. He loves playing with him, and like he's cried when he leaves, but like I just want him to know, like, we're doing this for you. And that's just my favorite part about being a mom. It's so rewarding just watching how your kid looks at you. And now I'm using this powder, but watching how your kids just look at you, and just there's times where my son just look at me and smile in the morning and kiss me, and it's just a great feeling knowing that I created something so beautiful. And you know, it's like he's mine forever. Like I know he has to grow up and have his own family, but I just love my son, and he just makes me want to just have more, because it's like he's such a sweet kid. He have his moments, but it's just really rewarding, in other words. So, and then another question is, what's one thing you would change? That was the second part of their question. And I wouldn't change anything. I know that's probably cliche, and you're probably thinking like there's nothing you would change, but I wouldn't change anything. I love that I had him at this age. I love that I finished school and I had him. I love that, you know, he was made out of love. It wasn't like ill intent. It wasn't any motives or anything. I love that he has two parents that love him unconditionally, and they're both present. I love everything. Like I don't think I would change anything, because I love being a mom. And my man would literally tell you that, like that. I know there's some people that's like, oh, I wish I would have waited. Like, no, I love being a mom. And it also too might be because I experienced so much at a young age, college, high school, like parties, and you know, just who I was dating. I traveled a lot. I had a fun childhood, and also too, like just my early 20s. Like I had a ball. So I feel like I'm not missing out on anything, and I also feel like I found my mark, and I just feel like it was meant for me to just become a mom and be a mom. Like I just feel like it was made for me. I've always wanted to be a mom. I knew I wanted to have kids, and I just love being a mom. And I know some people say like, oh, you have an identity outside of being a mom, and you know, make sure you don't lose yourself. But you know, sometimes I try to like, oh, okay, I get what you're saying, but then I seen this other post and it was just saying like, some of us just love being a mom, and it's okay with like telling people that. And I've noticed that, like now I'm just like, if I want to stay at home with my kid on the weekend and not go out with you, then so be it. If I want to stay at home and not work but also do content, which is working, and do my business, which also is working, and be around my kid all the time, so be it. If I don't want to put my kid at school right now because I just feel like I'm teaching him everything, so be it. So I just feel like I wouldn't change anything, in other words. And let's see how many questions we got, because we're almost done. This is the last question, because all I have to do is my bad y'all, because I want to be able to talk. I didn't want to crease this, but I'm gonna answer this last question because I just have to put mascara on and a little bit of bronzer on my eyelids, and I don't want to like just, and my lip liner too, but I also have to go. I have other stuff to do, and I didn't like screenshot all the questions, so I knew it wasn't gonna be like a lot, but well, I might can answer 2 more. We'll see. Okay, next one is, what's your favorite thing about motherhood? I feel like that's kind of the same question that somebody already asked, but I'm trying to think of, well, they said like camera is gonna keep cutting off because it's like it get overheated with the ring light. But I was basically saying like what I like being a mom, what I like most about being a mom, And I think that was kind of like the same. I kind of answered that with being a stay-at-home mom because it's kind of the same thing. But it was another question asking me, am I going back to law school? And I am. I kind of explained that in the beginning, but I'm just trying to see when is the best time, because like I said, like if we're planning for another baby, I kind of want it to be, sorry, and by the way, I'm using the One Size brow pencil, well not the brow pencil, the lip liner, and it is in the shade, it's called Lip Snatcher actually, but it's in the shade Red Dew. And then I'm gonna go in with the best lip gloss I've ever had. The applicator is Chef Kiss, and it is the Refine, and it's in just the regular clear lip gloss shade. But look at this applicator. I feel like that's what makes this so good. It just feels like it's so cooling. It kind of feels like it's just hydrating your lips. It goes on so smoothly. It's not sticky. It just glides right on. Like, I don't know. It's just perfect. But yes, I am just trying to figure out like what's the right time frame to go back to school, because like I said, I've been a school girly, always been a school girly, and I like to just pay attention and pour all my attention and time and energy into school. So I would say, like, you know, if we're planning for a second baby, I don't think I would want any more kids after the second one. So I think, you know, it'll be better to do it after the second baby, because then that way, hold on. Sorry guys. But then that way after, I can kind of like just like take my time with school. That way, like, you know, my baby could be in school by then for sure, maybe Nola for sure preschool, and then that way we might have a full-time nanny by then, because we had a part-time nanny before. So, you know, I just want to make sure I time it up right, because like I said, I take my education really seriously, and I don't want to like be starting something and I know I can't like pour all my full undivided attention into it, you know, and give it my undivided attention. So that's really it. And yeah, I just feel like I'm in a great place right now. My business is also in a good place. There's so much more I want to do with my business. There's also other things I want to do collabs and drop with, and I feel like, you know, the cosmetics line was an error for me. I did try my best to like start something on my own, especially considering who I was with at the time, and I just feel like I didn't have all the resources. I also didn't have all the support that I needed and or would like to have, and I don't know, I just feel like it wasn't my lane, cosmetics, because I just feel like that wasn't my passion. Like, I love skincare, don't get me wrong, I love makeup, but like just having to like find the right formula and get people to test it out, also to like just be considerate about, you know, just everyone, like what type of texture skin and, you know, all the things that people deal with. And I just felt like it was just too much for me, I'm not gonna lie. So I don't think I would ever open that back again. I did get like a lot of orders, but with the body butter, but making the body butter, just, it wasn't my thing. Like, I hated it, I'm not gonna lie. I hated it. Papa, that's not nice. But yeah, like, I just hated it. So that's just like another reason why I just stopped. But my clothing brand, I love it. Like, if you can't tell, I love putting stuff together. I mean, people say fashion girly, I just consider it like knowing how to put piece stuff together. But yeah, like, that's just really like the vibe. And this is my makeup. I am all done. Look at my hair. My hair is so cute, curly. It's just, I want to figure out ways to style it, like, without it being like, you know, I don't know, it's giving like back in my high school years. That's why I don't really wear it like this. But yeah, like, I would just say that's pretty much it. And next time I'm gonna make sure I just keep screenshotting every hour with the questions so I don't miss anything. But this is how my makeup turned out, and I love it. Now I'm about to start cooking, because we also going somewhere tonight, and I'm gonna film that for another vlogmas, maybe for tomorrow. I'm not sure, because like I said, I'm gonna pre-record stuff some days, so it just makes more sense. But yeah, that's what I'm about to go do. I'm about to go make some stuffed chicken breasts with some homemade mashed potatoes and mac and cheese that was requested, and that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please drop down in the comments what you guys want to see the rest of, because I'm gonna stop filming on Christmas Day. I'm not doing the whole month of December. I'm just gonna do the 25 days. Hopefully I can make it that far. No promises, because I don't know what's gonna happen this month. Anything could just come up. So but yeah, so I am done with this video. I love the way my makeup turned out. I also need to do another get ready with me with very detail on how I apply my makeup and do my makeup for you guys. But until then, that is the end of this vlogmas day 10. I will see you guys in day 11 hopefully, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye.
Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about?